I'm Helen Cummins from ABC Mallorca, and I'm here today with Hans Lenz from Mallorca Preservation Foundation to find out more about what the organization is doing to preserve this beautiful island. Hans, thank you very much for having us here today. So tell us, what do you do with the Mallorca Preservation Fund, and what is it doing for the island?
The Mallorca Preservation Foundation was established 3 years ago, and its main objective is to preserve the natural beauty environment of Mallorca. The foundation has a sister foundation in Ibiza called Ibiza Preservation Foundation, which was founded over 10 years ago, and it has another sister foundation in Mallorca. In the meantime, the foundation has been growing over various places around the planet which are vulnerable because often they are islands or they have ecosystems which need special attention, and they run under the Conservation Collective umbrella, which is based in the UK.
And who's behind the organisation in the UK? Well, what's the connection?
The foundation was started by Ben Goldsmith in Ibiza with a very good friend of his who on a vacation decided that Ibiza needed special attention, so it was protected in front of growth in tourism and damage through construction. And from this, the foundation has been growing in various places around the planet and is now really starting to make a difference.
And your role in the foundation?
I am the chairman. I joined the foundation more or less a year ago, and what we're doing right now in the foundation is that we're getting further members into the foundation, we're getting volunteers and spokespersons in order to engage much further with the community on Mallorca.
What was your motivation to get involved?
Well, basically, already as a child, I felt a very strong motivation towards the environment, and I really wanted to take an active role in this. And I found a challenge of where to position these efforts. And when I was told about what the foundation does, which is support environmental projects in all areas of environmentalism and conservationism, I thought this is exactly what I want to do.
Fantastic, well done. So the island, as you know, is heavily economically dependent on tourism, as you've already mentioned, and indeed construction. How do we balance the two? So we need obviously economic support and growth, and on the same hand we want to preserve the natural beauty of the island. How can we balance this?
Oh, it has a very straightforward answer. Without the natural beauty of the island, nothing else works. Tourism wouldn't work. Also, the construction sector wouldn't be able to attract the people that it does bring onto the island. So therefore, it is something that construction and tourism actually need to do, is to engage into environmentalism in a much more direct way than they have done in the past. And we think that the Mallorca Preservation Foundation is a wonderful vehicle for this change.
And how do you think we're doing as an island?
We need to catch up. We're quite late. I think we have been expecting for things to happen on their own or to be done by others. And COVID has definitely triggered a change within the perception of people, the environment.
A positive change, you would say?
I would say yes. Yeah. First of all, it's an alert that has been growing, and we see that almost everyone that we speak with wants to take a more active role. So we're optimistic about the future, but we have a lot to catch up with because very little has been done over the past decade.
What criteria do you use to select projects on the island that you want to give support to from the foundation?
Yes, we support projects in all areas of conservation, marine conservation, local agriculture, sustainability, awareness raising also. And what we do in order to select the projects is that they go through a panel of experts, which is our advisory board, which is set up by people who have very big knowledge in these fields. And if we see that the projects are fit to be funded, we will fund them directly, and we will also look for resources by our partners and by people who want to invest into the environment, either directly into a specific project or into the overall foundation effort.
I heard recently about a project that I believe you're promoting, and I thought it was a really nice idea. it involves the local farmers and providing food for people in need. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I think it's a good example of the kind of things that you're doing. No?
What we cannot permit as a society is that in an island like Mallorca, with all the beauty, wealth and resources it has, people have to suffer hunger. Therefore, the foundation immediately thought that this was an opportunity in order to engage the local agricultural production with stopping any hunger on the island. And this has started in Menorca. It's working very successfully in Mallorca. We are now in the process of purchasing this produce, which is locally farmed. We try to get ecological and organic farmers to get involved into this, and this food goes to certain places in Palma where people can find food. So it's a creation of a circular economy and engaging a community effort into fighting the current situation that sometimes we suffer.
It's a win-win all around. No, you're supporting the local producer, farmer, and then the people who actually are in need at the moment. So it's really a win-win for everybody.
Totally. We think that the effort in this year must go in this direction in helping the humans via the nature of the island, and also giving the local producers, which have had very challenging times because of the import of food from the outside. Over 80% of the food that we eat on Mallorca is imported, and that has to change. So hopefully this is the start of another movement which will also preserve the environment through farming. Sustainable organic farming will help us to have a beautiful countryside.
And 0 kilometer, no? Or reduce the kilometers and the effort to get the food here. The other thing is, what about businesses and individuals on the island? Like you said, more and more people are becoming conscious and aware that we all need to change, and we need to add our support to projects like this. What can one do to support your efforts?
The support goes in all directions. First of all, it's a communication and awareness of the possibility that we all have to generate a change locally. Second of all, there is a communication to perhaps people who are not here on a permanent basis and would like to do something more actively about the environment. Then there is, of course, the opportunity to help the foundation financially by funding a specific project or putting it into overall foundation efforts. And in order to also make this feel a lot better for everyone involved, the foundation guarantees that 100% of the money that is collected goes directly into the projects. There are no overheads. Every cent, every euro that goes in goes directly into environmental project in Mallorca.
And the projects are here based, if you're from Mallorca, does the money stay on the island, or is it for the Balearics, or how is it?
This is actually one of the genius things. The money stays in Mallorca. The money raised in Ibiza stays in Ibiza, and so on and so forth. So this is one of the differentiating factors, that you know that the money that you're putting into the foundation will always have a local repercussion and improvement.
And do you need more volunteers, for example, also? Is there any need, or can people participate in that way?
I would say that we can use all the help that we can generate and we can get. We need to, of course, be able to grow and scale everything organically. So this is actually working quite well. We've had some wonderful persons joining the team, and we're very happy to see how they're also generating more awareness, and they're getting more people involved. So yes, the answer is we will be growing the field of volunteers and of ambassadors of the foundation within the next month.
And lots of young people, hopefully, no? Because they're the future for the island.
Yes, we have something very interesting in mind for young people. It's called the IRIS project, which will be involving youths between 16 and 18 years old in a program destinated that they get more engaged with environmentalism, and they can share us their opinion and their vision on how the world should look like. And we have a lot to learn from the young people.
They're definitely very much more aware and conscious of the environment and what we have to do to protect it.